Hey guys, welcome to Beware the Awakening. To got Primal Fury featuring our Annihilape from SV1 with the Rage Fist attack, hitting 70x damage for each prize card opponent has taken for only one fighting, doing a whopping 330 damage for a stage 2 EX knockout with the new Maximum Belt when your opponent has 2 prize cards remaining. We'll pin this card with an Ancient Box with 4 Professor Sada's Vitality for the energy acceleration and 1 Ancient Booster energy capsule for the HP buff. We also have 2 Entei V for the mini draw and fast attack, 1 Magma Basin and 1 𝑑𝑗𝑠𝒐𝒂𝒓𝒄𝒄 to charge it up, with 1 Forest Seal Stone for the free search. Next, we've got 1 Radiant Greninja, 1 Dudunsparce and 1 Pelipper for the draw support, 1 Rod to sharp back Pokemon energies, 1 Boss for sharp power play, 1 Switch for Gouging Fire, 1 Town Store to dig for our tool cards, and 2 Earthen Vessel with 2 Luminous, 3 Basic Fire, and 9 Basic Fighting Energies. So that's all for the deck list. Now let's go for some gameplay and see how well this deck works. Okay, let's go for our first game with Primal Fury. We got Annihilape rocking it out with the new Maximum Belt. Up against Charizard EX for the first game. And then we got Roaring Moon after, which is pretty cool. So stay tuned. It's Slither Wing versus Charmander. And they got an early heavy ball for the Pidgey. We got the Dunsparce Entei in our hand with the Forest Seal Stone. I feel like we should be searching for a Nest Ball. No. We should be searching for the Radiant Greninja straight, right? And then drawing out a Nest Ball to bench something before playing the Sada. We have 4 Nest Balls, so let's hope we get one. We have Professor Sada as well. No, we have the Pokegear, no Sada yet, my bad. So playing the Pelipper and the Pokegear helps you dig for the Sada a lot easier. If you don't have the Pelipper, for some reason Professor Sada is a lot more difficult to show up. If we had the Nest Ball, we would have done... Wait. We can't actually play Professor Sada without discarding though. So we still need Radiant Greninja. If we have it priced, we can search for Heavy Ball. So it's kind of annoying that Ancient Pokemon doesn't have a item or stadium that allows you to bench the baby basics, especially the EXs. We have Artisan though, for Baby Moon and, you know, Great Tusk, all of those 1 prizers, but for, you know, basic EXs, for Paradox EXs, Ancient EXs, we don't have a way to bench it early. Except Nest Ball and maybe Ditto 151 with Puffin. Ditto's ability is kind of hard to play though because you have to have it in the active spot on your first turn. If you bench more than 1 Ditto, you're gonna have to switch multiple times on the very first turn because the ability does not work anymore after that. Ditto cannot transform after the first turn even if you have it in the active spot. We have Techno Radar for Future Box. I guess that's why it's a lot more consistent. But we have Energy Acceleration though for Ancient Box, so... Well, Miraidon helps you accelerate. I don't think it's fair that Ancient Box doesn't have a way to bench basics, to be honest. But oh well. We don't even have Stormy Mountain anymore for Raging Bolt. So yeah, Puffin's really changing the game just because some decks are a lot more consistent. If they have like basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less, they get to bench them faster while playing TM Evolution to get their EX and support. So that's pretty crazy. That's the perfect setup right there. So if you're playing you know, any basic Pokemon with more than 70 HP, you're left with nothing but Artisan or Great Ball to fall back on, which is not ideal. You can't even think of playing Aroma, but I feel like they should be reprinting certain cards like Quick Ball, Capture Energy to help us bench those basics, or at the very least a Cherish Ball for EXs to help us get those Pokemons on the bench. But anyways, here comes Charizard doing their first KO, and they actually got the boss though. So they're hitting the Entei. I don't think they got the knockout though, thankfully, because Entei has a lot of HP. We have Juvenis Charisma in our hand, so we can actually attack as well. I think that's what they're trying to do, to trap us with the boss. So we can't attack. We get to draw one card, but we can't attack, and then they get to knock us out on the next turn. But we actually get to charge up. We got our acceleration with Giovanni's Charisma for us to attack, do some damage on the Charizard EX. But we are actually not doing enough damage though, unfortunately, because we couldn't bench enough Pokemons. We got only 140 if we bench the Flutter Mane. And then on the next turn, we can attack with the Slither Wing, which is still not enough damage to take out the Charizard. Unless if we play Maximum Belt for the double KO, which means both players would have 3 prize remaining. It really depends though. If they don't bench the Charmander on the next turn, we should really be playing the Maximum Belt to take out their first EX, and then we would have extra turns to attack with our Professor Sada later on, with our Flutter Mane. Even if we're taking out our own Pokemon, we at least get to attack for free. We get an extra free turn later, and then all we need to do is play Primeape, Annihilape, my bad, for the last minute KO against the last EX. We have boss as well, so we should be fine. We can actually take on Radiant Charizard easy with that one boss and that one Annihilape. So I think we actually made a misplay for this game because they did not bench the Charmander on the next turn, and we actually searched for the other tool card instead. We searched for the booster capsule when we could have done the Maximum Belt to take out their Charizard EX. That was the biggest mistake of my life. I'm sorry, I made a misplay. We should have taken out the EX and get the extra turn. But we're learning. We grow from our experience, right? No matter how horrible the misplay is, at least you gain the experience and you learn not to do the same mistake on your next game. Every deck that you play though, you have to get familiar with it, and there's different ways. The gameplay is different for every deck, and you actually have to adjust yourself every time you play a new one. It's not easy. We definitely should not have played the Town Store that early. If we keep it in our hand though, they could actually play Iono. Charizard EX has Iono. They could Rare Candy for the Iono as well with Pidgeot. So that's the reason I kind of panicked, I guess, by playing the Town Store too early. Because if we play it later, they could actually if they don't bench the Charmander as well, we could play it on the next turn to search for the Maximum Belt and then attach it. If we attach it right now, we would actually be preparing for them to bench another Charmander, right? That would be the safer bet if we just play the booster capsule. But then if we play it later, we have the option of doing the insta KO with the belt. But it is what it is. So we finally got our first Mankey. So we're gonna slowly evolve it on a bench. We don't actually have to evolve it that fast though, because we need it once they have taken a lot of prize cards, right? We don't have an EX in play yet. I think we're actually gonna bench our first EX right here. Koraidon or Gouging Fire. Probably Koraidon, because Gouging is not doing enough damage, unfortunately. And then we're gonna play our second Sada. We should not have discarded the Ultra Ball because we actually have the Wingull. We could have searched for Pelipper. It is actually super risky right now. If we don't get the Sada, it would be pretty bad, right? With that Pokegear. We actually discarded the Ultra Ball with our Vessel earlier. So that was also another mistake that we made, because we have 2 Dudunsparce. We should have discarded the Dudunsparce instead of the Ultra Ball. I wasn't really thinking, I guess. So many mistakes. So many. If we play Ultra Ball though, can you imagine? We would have to discard the Primeape and something else. We can't afford to discard the energy either. So I'm not sure. If we discard both the Annihilape and Primeape, it would be pretty bad. We may have the Rare Candy to play later on. With the Ultra Ball for the second Annihilape. We may have the Annihilape prize though, which means we would have to dig for the Rod just to shuffle back our Pokemon so that we can evolve our Annihilape at the right time. We can do that later though. I don't think it's a big deal because we have either the Rod or another ape. So I think that should be the right move, right? Even if we discard too many apes, we should still be fine because we are drawing a lot of cards. We are searching for Professor Sada. We are retrieving the Sada with our first Pelipper and then playing the Pokegear on the next turn later to basically play another Professor Sada to draw even more cards into our hand, which allows us to play the Dunsparce at some point. Well, we don't have the Dunsparce, my bad, which allows us to discard energies with Greninja and draw more cards, so eventually we'll get the Rod. That makes sense. Like, discarding the Ultra Ball is just a bad move, because we don't even have Dunsparce in play. Why are we not discarding the Stage 1 evolution? Why are we keeping that in our hand? It makes no sense. I'm over-explaining myself as usual, but, you know, I just like to go in details about everything. They still haven't got their Pidgeot though, it's surprising. Maybe they're playing TM Evo? Is that the reason why they're not getting the second rare candy? They have Arven though, right? Research, Iono, Arven. I don't think they have the Lumineon Rotom. They may have it priced. I don't know what's happening here. They got 2 Pidgeys, but no evolution, not even Pidgeotto. That's a bit weird. Charizard is super crazy. All they need to do is evolve. How insane is that? They do have Forest Seal Stone though. So I guess they have Lumineon and Rotom with the Pidgeot. But the funny thing is they actually played Heavy Ball early. So if they have it priced, shouldn't they be playing the Rotom instead of the Pidgey? I don't know, maybe they made a mistake. It's really easy to do a misplay for this game, honestly. It's just way too easy, because this game is becoming more and more complex by the set, right? The more set getting released, the more complex it gets, and you never know what's the right decision to make anymore. Or maybe it's just my stupidity, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying though. Definitely trying. And that's all that matters. But anyways, I think I'm just gonna end the voice already if it's focus on the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Today we have for you our Annihilape with Max Belt combo, featuring an ancient box to basically start off doing big damage with either our Gouging Fire, Koraidon EX, or even Entei V with our Magma Basin and Giovanni's Charisma to charge it up. We also have Forest Seal Stone for the free search and the Dunsparce Radiant Greninja Pelipper for the draw support. 2 Vessel with enough energies for us to discard early so that we get to play our Professor Sada's Vitality to charge up our Pokemons to attack fast and get those prizes early before doing the final strikes with our Annihilape for crazy one-hit knockouts with Rage Fist and Maximum Belt. So that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Have a great day and bye from the people. Enjoy life!